Hello, all you fans. This is Curry Amberg, and today we're going to talk about this Rick and Morty. I know there's a lot of fans out there who are very upset with season 3, and to be honest, I kind of disagree with them. And you got to think of it this way: just because that season 3, for most of the people, think it sucked, doesn't mean that season 4 is going to be better. So I'm discussing a little bit of what my thoughts is for the fans, and hopefully I'll keep the discussion going. I think the problem with the fan base nowadays, and especially all the memes out there, that people just kind of like, they think that was a little bit too overwhelmed or over the top ever since they brought back this so-called Szechuan sauce. And forgive me for pronouncing it wrong, but I think that's not the case of it. I think that the problem with this fan base is because they think that they overthink too much with so much going on. I mean, other than that, I don't think it's really that bad. Even in the character, Rick even announced that it's going to be the darkest season. And yes, I do agree on season 3 finale is the weakest point, because the other two is kind of like a cliffhanger, and I think this one is missing the cliffhanger. I think the problem with this is with the season 3 finale is because that it has no cliffhanger. That got like so many episodes that are behind schedule, because they even mentioned that they only have like 14 episodes in between season 3 and 4. I don't think that I have room for 10 episodes. I mean, it only makes sense. For the first season, it only has like 11 episodes. One in particular is a pilot episode, which is, I don't think I count that as original episode, even though they stated it was a pilot episode, but whatever. As for season 2, it only has, like, just like season 3, 10 episodes. I think that the problem is, for most of the fans, is because they showed season 3, episode 1, too early on April Fool's Day. I think it's the problem with that is they show a little bit too early. They could have just waited it out and just say, you know what, I think we just hold it back a little so that way we could just show that in an actual right amount of time. So why don't we just push that a little bit further down? But instead they just decided it's a joke, which is alright, I guess. And if you think that season 3 is a letdown, I think the letdown on this for the finale is because of how before any cutaway with Mr. Poopy Butthole and his family and all that kind of cliche thing, when they kind of zoom in with Rick's face after Beth said, well, yeah, if I was a clone, Rick shouldn't tell us, would he? Well, that kind of speculate that's sort of like a cliffhanger. Maybe Beth was right about that, because now she's getting smarter, and because of that, I think it's the problem with that is with season 3, from my point of view, is Rick is trying to take over the family, and he did it by getting everything situated. He wants to be like the family man around the house. He wants to be the boss. And I think, in my point of view, that's basically what it is. He was comparing with Jerry, because Jerry is not much the boss of the family, even though he's trying to be. He's more of a needy person than it is of the boss of the family. And Rick was sort of trying to point him into right directions per se, but we don't know that for sure. All we know is that he has nowhere to run, he has nowhere to go after all this, and he decided, you know what, screw you guys, just do whatever the fuck you want, just leave me out of this.
Fuck them, fuck those people.
So what kind of begs the question of season 4 is questionable, or whether or not that Rick is going to be a likable character or protagonist, or just like a train on a villainous character. Like, what if this likable character turned out to be a bad guy? I mean, would you want to watch that? Like, for example, what if Rick was a bad guy the whole time? Will we know that? Of course not. You don't. Nobody even knows that for sure. If you think that the season 3 is bad, who knows what's going to happen for season 4? Let's just hope that season 3 is not going to be worse than season 4. Let's just hope it's going to be a little bit well written, well directed, and hopefully fresh out new characters that were going to be memorable. And hopefully it doesn't sell out to the next market or whatever. This is Curry Amber, and thank you for listening to my rant. And be sure to check out my other videos. I will be posting up some of the videos pretty soon, but in the meantime, just check out the other videos I did a voiceover and my previous videos that I've done over the years. Thanks again.